Oh, hello there! Welcome to all Polaris Hackathon and whole and free community. I wouldn't be talking to you if not support from these people, Lily, Dylan, John. That's also thanks to you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Kacper Superson and I would like to change the world. I'm currently working in one of the biggest Swiss banks, but you might know me for winning an award in 2017 for Best Improvement Idea in Hammersbach. But also as Fiomatar on Reddit and Discord.
Who are you?
My name is Fiomatar, and that is all you will learn about me.
And on Telegram as a Neo Wave. But enough about me. Just remember that I'm in Neo since 2017. What I have prepared for you, it's called SupersonSolution, the same name as the name of a company I've been running since several years. In a nutshell, it is a complex strategy to gather all of upcoming CBDCs, put them on a free blockchain, a SNAP17 token. This is also known as a mirror asset. If you are thinking that it is about some sort of stablecoin for Neo, then you are perfectly right. The only difference is that it's gonna be the most powerful stablecoin in the history of digital economy. By the way, I'm working on it since 2021, project codename SYS. Link to Reddit article you can find down there in the description. If would you like to know how I'm gonna take you to the other side of a mirror, let me take you first back in time. You know what they say, those who don't know history are destined to repeat it. There are 4 key milestones in humankind history. Each following one is an extension of a previous one. All combined together are building internet as we know it. First one is codification of information and capability to send it through the wires. Do you remember those machines from Western movies? Thanks to Morse code, since 1840s we are able to send a message from point A to point B in way superior way in comparison to, for example, postman. Second one, its capability to transfer energy from place A to B. Think about it. We are using very same wires, but thanks to Edison we are capable now to send heat and light to many homes. Way superior than in comparison to horse with coal. And please don't ask me about Tesla now. Those 2 milestones combined together are already building an internet as many of you already know it. Just replace Morse with binary. Third one is where rock and roll is starting. Thanks to Satoshi Nakamoto, since 2008 we are able to transfer a value from place A to B using again very same wires, or let me call it this time a network. And guess what? It is way superior in comparison to any other value transfer method we ever discovered. Disclaimer, price and value are not the same thing. I have separated lecture about this particular topic. How is that even possible? I'm pretty sure I don't have to explain it to any free community, but if Peter Schiff ever asks you, please tell him that this is thanks to solving Byzantine fault tolerance problem, or thanks to this concept of moving object which is too big to move, or programming and actions of which execution will be beyond authority of any person on this planet. List is long, I can do it all day long. Fourth one is a bit futuristic. Believe me or not, but I think that at some point in history we will be able to extend capability of our network by possibility of sending matter from place A to B, just like in Star Trek. Mr. Spock, transfer. Well, why am I telling you all of this? Simply because I want to take a look with you on a past or pre-blockchain world, take some lesson and try to apply it in a future after blockchain world. Or let me call it a Neo world. So how about we gonna stay in a Wild West just for a moment. Imagine a cowboy who just get a big bag of gold. Gold is a great store of value, naturally chosen to be one by consensus of the people across the times, yet it also has some cons. It's difficult to transfer and expensive in utilization, and we have some fake units in distribution. The list is way longer than you might think. As you can see, our cowboy cannot just simply break gold bar, go into saloon and get his whiskey. I mean, technically he can, but of course it's not gonna be a good deal for him. Also, carrying big bag of gold with you, it's not too secure solution, and I'm afraid that his horse might not be happy about it either. And I'm pretty sure that you already know a solution for that. First thing he's gonna do after arriving in the city will be depositing gold into bank, which will not only bring ease to his horse or significantly improve security, but also it will take just a little bit of fee and our cowboy will get bonds, which are actually proto-money. And now we are attacking. That's actually birth of banking system as we know it. Bonds are not perfect, they are far away from being perfect, they have cons as well. Yet wherever gold is weak, bonds supposed to be strong, and vice versa, wherever bonds are weak, gold is usually strong. Start of the end is the very moment when banks has begun to abuse its power and issue more bonds than they have gold in a vault. It is actually called fractional reserve banking. Don't get me wrong, the idea itself is not that bad. I mean, what we can call credit creation is what keeps this world spinning for at least one last century. So, in another word, fixed and monitor, well-controlled fractional reserve banking leading to financial stability. Unfortunately, what we are facing today, in this very moment, is a system when there is no gold reserves in a bank at all. What's funny, there is not even paper money. So, if you are asking me, the credit for all major financial disruptions in a system created back in Bretton Woods in 1944 can be given to this gentleman and to his actions which he made in 1971. I'll leave you some links in the description, worth taking a look. That would be it for a history lesson. Let's move on now to juicy future. So, even though some people used to say that cryptocurrency is a wild west, we don't have cowboys anymore, rather people like you and me. And apparently we are destined to live in a world where governments have an authority to tell us what's actually have a value and how we're supposed to use it. And I'm not the one to tell you if that's good or bad. This judgment you need to do by your own. But I'm here to tell you that it is a remarkable opportunity which is calling and free to take an advantage. This new invention, it's called CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, and it is equivalent of a gold from the past. It's true that commercial banks will be still in the game, no questions asked. But in my opinion, their role will be reduced to absolute minimum with the time. Once again, CBDCs are coming to us with pros and cons, but let me this time stay focused only on pros, like they are programmable and detached from legacy systems like SWIFT. They are also well regulated. And here it is, our opportunity to make NEO a leader in the world of digital economy. Thanks to creation of mirror assets, we'll be able not only to bring to CBDCs all of the strengths of NEO like interoperability or high performance and more, but we'll also open for them a digital highway to the world of DeFi. And on the other hand, to the world of cryptocurrency, we'll bring brand new quality of stablecoins which was never seen before. Alright, so you know by now that I'm trying to capture CBDCs like Pokemon. And I'm also sure that you get some idea what kind of great possibilities it can bring to the whole ecosystem. What you don't know is what are actually fundamentals of SupersonSolution and how high am I aiming for. Let me fix that. You know, I have a catchphrase. What's digital is programmable. What does that even mean? It means that if what I previously said is true and CBDCs are about to be money of the future, then we are able to perform some sort of banking rediscovery. First time in a history of economy, you are able to take some assets into account or into deposit and provide 100% certainty that amount of mirror asset in circulation is equal to amount of original CBDCs in the original account. It is not proof of authority anymore. I would rather call it proof of technology. Sexy protocol which I intend to build together with Poly Network. Coded guarantee that we will not repeat mistakes done by banks in the past or by some stablecoins in nowadays. But reliability is just one side of a coin. The other one is the performance. And free is efficient, super efficient, there is no questions asked. But how about CBDCs? Let me illustrate that for you. So what's crucial here is the word connection. Please take a look. Can we call this a connection? Yeah, sort of, at some extent, for sure. How about this one? Well, there is an improvement, still not perfect, but way better. Here, what's limiting us is mostly just the parameters, and here, just the architecture of underlying systems. And here we are. You know how fast my solution can be. It is transfer of a value with native speed of a network. And as my former professor told me, it is as fast as slowest element of the system. Since we are talking about fundamentals, security cannot be left unspoken. What we have learned in the past is that forks are representing significant threat for financial stability, probably even bigger than we could imagine. And I don't want to bash here any other project. I used to say that crypto space is big enough for everybody. But please consider how likely it is that Ethereum 2.0 merge will be successful, or rather, how likely it is that we'll end up with another fork.
There are no certainties, there are only probabilities.
The challenge there is that they have to migrate not only core elements of their system, but also all of those expensive promises hooked on their blockchain as a smart contracts. I hope that they will manage this somehow, but I also need to tell you that I personally have some significant concerns. But here we are again. As everybody knows, NEO is unforkable. So please take a look with me on this chart. And I know this is not easy. I mean, that was never too easy to believe in our green coin moon mission.
Neo, I believe. I know it wasn't a dream.
But I want you rather to stay focused on market capitalization. What is this number telling us is that we are capable to hook on our blockchain promise as big as this amount of dollars. Otherwise, it don't make much of a sense, at least to me. Okay, so now we have solid fundamentals on place. And you also know to which direction we are aiming. Still don't know how high. To give you very best understanding, let me offer a friendly chess game. In Poland we used to say that this is a pretty political game.
Grasz wać pan w szachy?
Na wojnie nie masz na nie czasu.
A szkoda, bo to gra wielce polityczna. Choć na tej szachownicy łatwiej królami rzucać.
The only difference is that it used to be a game for 3 players. Let me give you some examples. There are people who believe that blockchain needs to be high performance. And there are people who insist that it is all about interoperability. And there are these who insist that the very essence and keys to success is native and standardized language, something like TCP/IP for computers. And we know that they are all equally important, and the trick is to understand the game. How about another one? Global economy. There are banksters who are benefiting on maintaining old dollar-based system. There are also central authorities which are using money as a tool which will serve their political purposes. And there are also rich people whose power is related to the businesses they run. And they are all free playing some sort of game for economical equilibrium. And now, the most important game. The game which awaits for our move, for your move. As we are talking, world is facing some sort of fork. We have dollar-based economy and the others. And that's what's leading to setting up new chessboard on the east. So since world is forking or dividing, we have to answer the very important question. Are we ready to play this game and make our move? And I know some of you might say that CBDCs are not even here yet. I get it. But lousy progress of central banks should never discourage us. Quite opposite. I see it as a great opportunity to make NEO to be the first.
There are 3 ways to make a living in this business. Be first, be smarter, or cheat. No, I don't cheat.
We used to be called Ethereum of China. It's a catchy phrase, but I don't really like it that much. But the way I see it is that it is our duty to make sure that NEO will be the first to introduce Digital Yuan to crypto industry. There is no time to waste, so let's ride. First of all, I've already created my own smart contract for NEP17 token. I call it the CBDC. Let me use it to give you a chance to decide. If you are sharing my point of view, then this is only a matter of determination and founding. None of these we are missing. I'm well aware that Polaris Hackathon have this incubator system, but I'm also a great fan of letting people to decide if they would like to see some project in their ecosystem. Nevertheless, all options are on the table. Apparently we are living in the world where money is no longer an issue. Second of all, I would like to go to Moscow and register their new entity with a license of brokerage house. That's simply about being able to accept deposits from Eastern economies, but also about being able to talk with central banks and receive as soon as possible accounts for CBDCs. I know that's extremely challenging topic, but you need to know that at the end of the day, it's just having a price tag. Last time I've checked, such a license cost 900 of millions of rubles, plus we need a security department, a legal department and more. Seems long way to go, but nothing but can stop me. Do you remember early stages of Flamingo? I would like to make sure that every holder of the CBDC is actually shareholder. So they're not only receiving a fair piece of an income, but also they are part of our governance board. In other words, you vote, we execute. Let's say that would you like to see more marketing? Very well. Would you like us to focus on another market? You have it. Would you like us to restructurize our organization? Just use your capital and vote. And this is a good opportunity to give you some fun fact. Because we are talking here only about CBDCs, KYC topic is a great area for improvement or optimization. We don't really have to validate of our customers or collect any specific information because CBDC bank account already is carrying all of the information we need. What is missing is just a gathering method, and that's piece of cake. New timeline, so you can get clear overview. Everything what I have introduced so far can be called stage 1. Let's wrap it up. So we have detailed cost estimation plus funds collection, registration of a new entity in Moscow, of course getting a license, infrastructure, Flamingo style governance board, full Neo node, including the file storage and so on. Then we are working proactively to get CBDCs bank accounts, as much as we can get. Meanwhile, issuance of stable coins driven by an oracle is an option, but let's park it by now. So, as soon as we have it, we need to work with Poly network to provide interoperability. Simply wallet integration, interfaces, etc. With mirror assets on board, I would like to introduce them as soon as possible to Flamingo Finance so we can start getting our juicy liquidity. And as a bonus, you remember that at the beginning of the video I've mentioned project codenamed SIS. It was also about protocol-driven liquidity pools, and I never really gave up on this idea. In stage 2, I want basically repeat all the steps, but for Western world. I've been thinking about Malta or Switzerland. And if you are about to say that there is no digital euro or digital dollar, then you better check Sand Dollar. You might be very surprised. In stage number 3, we would already have great capital flow. And I'm not talking here only about the pairs between major currencies, but also about well-established taxation channel. And also, I think that at this point we can introduce to Flamingo Finance, for example, commodities like oil, palladium, maybe even uranium. Mirrored CBDCs giving us this crazy option to follow steps of institution called International Monetary Fund. If we only bind together in a basket bunch of digital currencies, then we can create something what I would call Neo SDR. I know that sounds crazy, but this is just my idea to offer help to smallest economies which recently suffer, like for example Sri Lanka or Nepal. More about SDRs you can learn from the video I will link somewhere in the description.
Biodigital jazz, man.
Let's take a look again at this map. It is true that my first target is digital ruble, but I'm actually ready for every single CBDC which will appear in upcoming years. Probably even sooner than we think. I'm really dreaming about the world where on Flamingo Finance we have pairs between major CBDCs. And also about the world where people can finally purchase goods for whichever digital coin they prefer. But you deserve to know that I'm also dreaming about the world where we finally have fiscal transparency and efficiency in crypto space. You like it or not, but at some point we all have to pay the taxes. So I'm shouting out now to every single fiscal authority on this planet. My protocol can guarantee that taxation will be paid every single time without an exception. And each interaction with the platform will be well monitored and transparent. Just give us a bank account and taxation will flow. This is my personal promise to you. My vision is going way beyond of this, what I showed you so far, but I hope that at this point you already get an idea. So if you are sharing with me my dreams, or at least my point of view, then it is not too late. This is exactly the moment. Please like this video, share it on Twitter, and simply make sure that it's been noticed during Hackathon. Indeed, this is a significant challenge, but I'm very confident that this is nothing what we wouldn't be able to achieve together. And I'm also open to join forces with everybody who would like to help. Just drop me a message and I'm really looking forward to work with you. On the other hand, I would be honored to listen about your project. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Thank you very, very much for all the time we spent together. Let's change the world together. My name is Kacper Superson and